Back segment tonight. Some memorable moments from our body language maven, Tonya Reiman. Here's Bill and Tonya kicking it all off with a look at Supreme Court nominee Elena Kegan.
You know, if the umpire comes on and says, you know, I want every call to go to the Phillies, that's a bad umpire.
I was interested in the hands like this. What was that?
This is displacement. It's trying to get rid of the anxiety. Displacement activity. So in other words, the mind can't focus on more than one thing at a time.
Mine can.
So what she's trying to do, it actually goes back and forth. Boom, 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 it goes back and forth. So what she's trying to do here is get her focus together. And this helps her.
With her hands on her wrist?
It helps her, the tactile communication between the fingers and the arms helps her to take the stress off the mental aspect. So what she's doing is trying to displace the stress.
She's almost massaging
now
herself
here, see how she closes? Unfortunately, what winds up happening with everyone is hands either strengthen or weaken your case. And because she's doing this, especially with that closed off body language, she comes across as weaker than she might actually be.
Elena deserves praise, not blame. I still believe it is right to shield my family from the public spotlight. They did not do these things. I did.
I think that he had a lot of credible moments, but I think he was devoid of any real emotion. And because of that, a lot of people came off and said, you know what, it wasn't real. He practiced it way too many times. And even with all that practice, here, just now, you saw him, he still needs to look at his notes.
Now, in the clip we used talking about his wife, he looked a little shaken there.
Yes. Was he shaken? Sure. He's standing in front of this room having to open up emotionally. But there weren't body language lockdown is what I see. There's no movement in the shoulders.
Body language lockdown. What? There's a hand.
That was the only movement. And you know what? That movement was contrived.
I'm just curious why you wouldn't pick up the phone and in some ways just give him a piece of your mind.
Well, look, I would love to vent. I would love to just shout and holler because I'm thinking about this day in, day out. But my main job is to solve the problem.
President Obama leaned back, is a little cheery like this. Did you pick up anything out there?
Actually, I did. See, when we're looking at him, look at how he's looking down. He is angry. You can see even his brows are lower, and there's that little contemptuous grin.
His brows are lower.
Yeah, when you get angry, automatically your brows go down.
What's he angry about?
The problem with him, when he does show emotions, it's so slight. You really have to look for it. So here we know that there was some emotion. He was definitely a little angry. The smirk was there. I heard sarcasm in his voice, and I saw at the end of this, which you don't normally see, his hands were crossed.
All right, the only thing that I could pick up, and you're of course much smarter than I am, is that he's angry that his administration is being seen as not being engaged.
Angry, yeah,
not being engaged.
I think that the problem is when you don't show anger, people who do feel it disengage from you, and I think that's what he's feeling, the backlash.
I thought, no, this cannot be. I mean, no way. No way. I was just complete shut. Numb.
All right, I didn't get that grotesque smile in the beginning.
Yeah.
What
you know
was
what
that
happens
all
is
about?
when we get really anxious or nervous, sometimes we do things that don't match our emotions, and that's typically a big red flag.
Yeah, there it is. Look at that. Look at
when
that.
I see that, but it could just be shock poising through.
What's she shocked about? She knows she's going to be asked about her idiot son. And her...
Well, look at this. See this?
Yeah.
That whole protective thing, it's like she's trying so hard to make herself smaller and then close her eyes. But this is what I love the most, this gesture where she crosses both hands over her body. Like she needs protection. She needs to be hugged.
To normal.
It was staged.
Yeah.
But you know what was interesting about that? It was staged, and when they first go in for the kiss, you see Scarlett Johansson, her hands go up and then pull back as if she's really like not into this.
Well, she's more hesitant than Sandra.
Right.
Sandra, I think, is driving this train.
Right. See, look, the little girl stance.
Oh, but that's just acting. Come on.
Watch. You'll see after the kiss. Oh, yeah, this is all.
Yeah.
Then after the kiss, though, you see for an extra beat, Scarlett Johansson kind of looking at Sandra Bullock in this look of adoration. And it was interesting because at that point, no, not in a sexual way, just like it was kind of like overwhelming for them. I think after it happened, it was overwhelming. Watch how she pulls away.
All right.
Pulls away, and then look at that look.
A little housekeeping before we tell you about our next story. This is the last call for premium members to watch Bill's